Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and thanks for watching my new video. Today's video obviously is all about that base, no trouble. So in today's video, I am going to show you how to look blurry, how to be invisible, how to look face tuned in real life. I feel like lately my makeup game, has changed. I've taken it to the next level. I look blurry in a lot of pictures and I'm really liking what I'm doing and what I'm seeing. So I thought I'd share my tips and tricks on how to look blurry and face tuned in real life with you. So if you're curious on how I created this beautiful base, then keep on watching. As I was getting ready for the day, I was actually not planning on filming a YouTube video, but then I thought, you know what? I think everyone wants to know about this because we all love to, smooth out our skin a little bit, edit our photos for Instagram. And even though if it's a little bit like we like to smooth out our skin, and lately I feel like I don't really have to use that tool as much as I used to. First of all, because I really don't mind to have a little bit of texture going on. But second, my makeup looks very blurry lately and I'm really feeling the blurry look. It looks photoshopped from a distance. I do have to mention that it completely depends on lighting as well because, you can either look like you're you can either like feel yourself in lighting, or you can have like elevator lighting, and that is just going to make you look like you're auditioning for Paranormal Activity. I don't know how much. So I thought I'm going to share my tips and tricks on how to, I know it sounds crazy, but how to look blurry. You guys know how much I love to do my base, so I thought, let me share because I'm that person, I like to share. So first step is moisturizing your skin. I already moisturized my skin using the Nip and Fab Day Cream. Usually I like to go in with a little bit more of a richer moisturizer since I have very dry skin, but use a more hydrating moisturizer instead of like a very thick moisturizer, because at first it's going to feel like butter, your face is going to look beautiful, but sometimes when your moisturizer is too rich, your foundation is not really going to blend with your skin and it's just going to sit on top of your skin, and we don't want that. So for primer, I'm actually going to use this one, which I haven't used in a pretty long time. I kind of like forgot about this, but I remember that it gave me that beautiful soft focus look. And I don't know if you guys can see it, but if I just put this on my face, I can visibly see that my pores are minimized. If your skin can handle like a pore filling primer, then I would recommend using it because it gives that beautiful soft focus effect. I think I'm going to say soft focus 30 times in this video. Since this primer is quite matte, I am going to use something that is a little bit more dewy, which is the Hollywood Flawless Filter Primer. So I'm not really going to use it as a primer because we already primed our face, but this is more like to prevent that you can see like my dry lines, because you don't want your face to look too dry or else you're not going to be blurry at all, Okay. You guys know what concealer I'm going to use. Born This Way concealer from Too Faced. This is in the shade Golden Beige, Natural Beige. My dark circles are not kidding. This is my Doomed concealer brush from Urban Decay. I'm also going to clean up my eyeshadow. I did a very, very simple look today. But lately, I do love a simple look and like a perfect skin. Okay. When I want to do something fast, for some reason, I always have to make a sound like ba 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 da da da. Like I don't know. I have to make these weird sounds. For foundation, you can use whatever foundation you like, but I would recommend using a foundation that has also like a soft focus effect to it, which is going to minimize your pores. I wouldn't recommend using a foundation that is too dewy. It is going to look amazing, but if you really want to look good in pictures as well and like camera proof that everything looks super blurry, I would use a dewy foundation, but not too dewy, because if you're going in with powder later on, it is going to absorb the powder and overall maybe it's not going to look really, really good. So I'm going to use my favorite foundation at the moment, Natasha Denona Foundation X Plus. This is in the shade 60 WY medium. This is dewy, but it is very thin. So if I go in with powder, it's not really going to be hard to mattify the foundation. You know what I mean? Language. Sometimes it's like so hard to talk to you guys in another language, which I feel like I need 10 sentences to make my point. Okay, so I'm not going to use too much foundation, just to cover up some redness and make my face like one color. the less product you use, the better it's going to look. So I'm going to highlight certain parts of my face with the Born This Way concealer as well, but this is in shade Porcelain. I still don't know how to pronounce it. Porcelain. We say porcelain in Dutch. Porcelain. Okay. So one dot here, one there, and maybe like the bridge of my nose. To contour my face, I'm going to use the same product, but this is another shade. This is Mocha. The reason why I am going to cream contour my face is because we are going to use powder, because that is going to give the blurry effect. But underneath that powder, you don't want to use powder on top of powder on top of powder. Now, if I would go in like with a contour powder and then a bronzer powder, then a blush powder, and then a highlighter powder, and then powder, it is not going to look blurry at all. It is going to look very textured. So I am going to use everything creamy, but not too creamy. So later when we're going in with powder, it's just going to be the only powder that we're going to use, if you understand what I'm saying. This is also a very natural contour shade. So using the same brush, I am going to define my contour just a little bit with this mini palette from Natasha Denona. This is the Bronze and Glow palette. This is a very smooth bronzer. It's not like super powdery, so it's not really going to be on top of our skin. And we're not using that much, just a little bit. I could go in with a liquid highlighter, but I feel like liquid highlighters are very creamy and almost oily, which looks beautiful, but not for this look. I mean, it will be great for a glass skin look. So I chose the most buttery highlighter I have, which is also from Natasha Denona. I know, like it doesn't have to be from Natasha Denona, but she just, like, her products are so fine. Everything that she makes is just so thin and fine and airy and blurry. So I kind of like unconsciously grab for her products, but you can use any highlighter you want as long as it's not really like powdery. So who is texturing way? Okay, look at that highlight. I wanted to use my ColourPop cream blush. I love their blushes, especially that shade, but I can't seem to find it anywhere. But I kind of like understand why, because this room is So I'm going to grab for my Jouer Cheeky Summer Blush Duo in Terracotta Sands. It is powdery, but definitely not chalky and chunky. It's like really natural. So when you want to do like a full glam, you can bake your face, and that is going to look amazing. I do have some tips and tricks on how to bake and how to really make your foundation look super smooth. I will link that tutorial down below, or I can just link it up right here. Even though I really love doing that, even though I really love the effect, I don't like to do that every day. First of all, because it's a little bit more time consuming, and this is just quicker if I'm just being lazy. I want my makeup to look more natural. So I am going to do the buffing technique using one of my favorite powders, which is from Charlotte Tilbury, Airbrush Flawless Finish Skin Perfecting Micro Powder in medium. To prevent my concealer from creasing, I am going to use this a little bit underneath my eyes, and then I'm going to use a fluffy brush and go over all of my makeup. First, you need to make sure that there are no creases. Now I take a very big fluffy brush. This one is from BH Cosmetics and #1, and I'm just going to set everything, and this is kind of like the buffing technique. I'm going to do half of my face first so you guys can see the difference. I don't know if you guys can really see the difference on camera, but I can definitely see the difference in real life. This side looks, you see how blurry this looks, and this looks more, it doesn't look bad, but I definitely do see a little bit more texture on this side instead of on this side. So don't be afraid to go in with powder. By the way, the buffing technique, shout out to Sonia and Faiza for coming up with this, like inventing this technique, because at first I was like, powder, like I was kind of like anti-powder, but now I'm really starting to love powder and see why they really love this technique. I feel like you're going to look dewy anyways. Even though I have dry skin, my natural oils are going to make this look a little bit more dewy without accentuating the texture on my face, because, you know, it's natural oil. It's not like highlighter or glitter or like chunky things on your face. So that's why I'm going in with my Urban Decay Chill Setting Spray. I'm going to do the rest of my makeup and then I'll be right back. Okay, so I've applied some lashes. These are Tati lashes in TL3. I feel like they make a huge difference, but I don't know if they're like too much for my eyes. What do you guys think? Do you like it? Do you think it's too much? I kind of like the dramatic effect because the rest of the makeup is pretty simple, but I'm not sure if it's too much. Anyways, this is how I look blurry, my blurry face. I don't know what to call this tutorial, but blurry tutorial. This is pretty much what I do. This is going to look amazing in pictures as well, because also we didn't use any SPF. I didn't check if the powders had oxo, I don't know. If I see the ingredient, I know what it is, but I can't pronounce it. But you're going to look amazing in pictures, on camera, because it looks very blurry. Yeah, I hope you guys like it. If you did, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, hit the notification bell, follow me on Instagram, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!